or not displacements, repositions.
Yep.
His best champion actually, like in his stats, is his Kassadin. And so you think like Azir's got a gap closer, his Ezreal, you've got the E, so Fizz.
LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think probably his most immobile champion that he's really well known for was his Jace, which still has the acceleration gate.
Yep. Hop to a minion as Rek'Sai gets banned, but EDG snap up Kalista. They kind of have to because they don't want to give it to Imp, but Flame, the Rumble main himself, Instalocks Rumble.
Now, of course, we say this facetiously because
Yes.
Acorn is the known Rumble player. That said, Flame has debuted a fantastic Rumble repetitively, which is why it's totally fine for Pastry to make that remark.
Clearly been learning from older Acorn, but Flame's like Rumble, yeah. Not a joke about how good it is. He actually has gotten
It's
quite
really
good at
good,
Rumble.
yeah.
As Echo is the pick there as well for LGD, and this is a big pick. It might be Godby's champion. Important to note that he could certainly play it. It's in his range of champions. There are very few champions that are not. But if TBQ plays this from the jungle, I want to see a massive game from him. Like an absolutely titanic game. As Clearlove's already locked in Evelyn.
And this is Clearlove's legacy champion.
Yes.
I'm not going to call it his signature champion. I'm going to call it his legacy champion.
I mean, obviously had that, stunning game at MSI in that game 5, but has played this champion for a long time as Mako going to stick to comfort here as well, going to snap up Thresh for himself.
The important thing to recognize when Clearlove ever picks up Evelyn, he doesn't have the best record. He has a far superior record on things like Nunu, for example, but he always plays Evelyn in important games. Again, the most obvious one and the most recent one was, of course, the MSI best of 5, 5th game against Faker's LeBlanc. He pulls out the Evelyn. But consistently, even at the World Championship, when it's an important game, when it matters, Clearlove goes to Evelyn.
Yeah, and that's what he's got here in this game. Kalista up for Def, Mako here for Mako here with Thresh, sorry. EDG are not pulling any punches here in this game number 2. They already ran over LGD in game number 1, but they want the 3 points here against the top team as Leona Graves is the LGD choice.
Now, I know Imp has his Twitch skin, but in the LPL, I think of him as the Graves player because he's been the most successful AD carry at it, and it's just absurd, especially with Godv picking up Varus for kind of a few weeks there. He took the role of doing the sustain damage, and then Imp kind of balanced it out doing the burst damage with the likes of Graves.
Yep. And, I mean, it suits Godv. He's played a lot of it. Noah's there. Victor, Orianna, these sort of champions. Yep. And the Varus, the more recent one that you mentioned. So I like it a lot. Imps Graves has been incredibly impressive. Not even just in summer, but in both splits of the LPL. All year long, he's looked strong. As EDG are trying to figure out what they want to take away here. Koro is a very strong Maokai player, so they are going to give it to him. It's a bit of a bad matchup for him, but Paul's going to have Twisted Fate, might be trying to influence some of these lanes.
Likewise, I like the fact that because we still don't know if that Echo is going to be a flex pick, and they naturally know that they're going to try to give a counter pick, if possible, to Godv in the mid lane from purple side. By taking Twisted Fate, you can't counter Clearlove. Because if you think back to the Unlimited Potential game, the reason why UP was able to defeat EDG is because they used the TF as a counter pick to Clearlove's Evelyn, because obviously the stealth means nothing against the Destiny.
Yep, and Twisted Fate certainly has his fair share of counters, but it's just a good champion for EDG in the way they like to play, especially with, the teleport from Maokai and the pressure from Evelyn. So I like the lineup from EDG. Def going to have a lot of weight on his shoulders this game. You have to think with his Kalista, especially with Mako on Thresh. But the last pick is that Ezreal. Godv feels that the lane is farm heavy enough that he can take now have his turn at the Runglaive champion.
See if he finds a little bit more success. Now again, both of them will bring very strong wave clear. Yeah. And there's not a lot of threat also in the kind of the 1v1 individually against TF versus Ezreal, because I like to say that TF only takes, 3 abilities, or really just 2 abilities into the lane. One of them is going to be an ability that augments, every, 4